Millions of fans have watched Cristiano Ronaldo celebrate unforgettable goals, lift massive trophies, and dominate the biggest stages in football. But behind the confidence, records, and celebrations, there have been moments when even Ronaldo couldn't hide his emotions. It all started in 2004, when Ronaldo was just 19 years old. Portugal hosted the European Championship final against Greece, and the entire country believed they would win on home soil. But Greece shocked Portugal with a second-half goal, and despite Ronaldo and Figo desperately trying to change the game, nothing worked. When the final whistle came, Greece were champions, and the cameras captured a teenage Ronaldo crying on the pitch. Years later, another heartbreaking moment came in the 2008 Champions League final between Manchester United and Chelsea. Ronaldo scored United's opening goal, but the match eventually went to penalties. Ronaldo stepped up for United's third penalty and missed. For a moment, it looked like his mistake could cost Manchester United the trophy, but John Terry slipped and hit the post, and Edwin van der Sar later saved Nicolas Anelka's penalty. United became champions, while Ronaldo collapsed onto the pitch in tears. In 2016, Ronaldo finally had another chance to win a major international trophy with Portugal. But during the Euro final against France, a knee injury forced him out of the game. Ronaldo tried to continue, but eventually went down in tears and had to leave the pitch on a stretcher. Yet he refused to give up. From the sidelines, he encouraged his teammates and shouted instructions. Deep into extra time, Eder scored for Portugal. When the final whistle arrived, Ronaldo celebrated emotionally before limping toward the trophy. After years of heartbreak, he was finally a European champion. But Ronaldo's heartbreak didn't end there. In 2018, during a Champions League match against Valencia, he received the first red card of his Champions League career after just 29 minutes. Ronaldo looked stunned, shook his head, and walked off the pitch in tears. Then in 2021, Juventus were eliminated by Porto, despite Ronaldo and his teammates fighting back from a first-leg defeat. A free kick went through Ronaldo's legs, Porto survived, and Ronaldo was later seen crying in the dressing room. Euro 2024 brought another painful moment when Ronaldo missed a penalty against Slovenia. Jan Oblak saved the shot, and Ronaldo broke down in tears as his teammates and mother watched emotionally. But Ronaldo stepped up again in the shootout and scored, helping Portugal advance. And then came the moment that had nothing to do with football. During an interview with Piers Morgan, Ronaldo was shown old footage of his father, José Diniz Aveiro, proudly talking about his son. Ronaldo had never seen the footage before, and his father had passed away before witnessing the incredible career Ronaldo would build. As Ronaldo watched his father speak, he couldn't control his emotions and broke down in tears. For a moment, there were no trophies, records, or football. He was simply a son watching his father. And the heartbreak continued in some of the biggest moments of Ronaldo's career. In 2022, Ronaldo arrived at the World Cup in Qatar, hoping to create one final magical chapter with Portugal. But in the knockout stages, he was dropped to the bench. And when Portugal faced Morocco in the quarterfinal, Ronaldo was introduced only in the second half. Portugal desperately searched for an equalizer, but Morocco held on to their lead. When the final whistle arrived, Ronaldo walked toward the dressing room with tears streaming down his face. He tried to hide his emotions, but there was no hiding the pain. At 37 years old, he knew this could be his final World Cup, and his dream of lifting the trophy had disappeared. Another painful moment came during Portugal's World Cup qualifying match against Serbia in 2021. Ronaldo thought he had scored a dramatic winner in stoppage time, but the referee failed to recognize that the ball had completely crossed the line. There was no goal line technology or VAR to overturn the decision. Ronaldo was furious. He walked off the pitch and threw his captain's armband onto the ground. Portugal eventually lost the match, and the result forced them into the playoffs instead of qualifying directly for the World Cup. Then came a completely different kind of emotion when Ronaldo returned to Old Trafford in 2013, this time wearing Real Madrid colors. Manchester United fans gave their former hero an incredible standing ovation during the team announcements. Ronaldo waved to the supporters and placed his hand over his chest, clearly overwhelmed by the reception. But moments later, he had to become their enemy. Ronaldo scored the winning goal that eliminated United from the Champions League, and he refused to celebrate. He knew exactly how much the goal had hurt the people who once supported him. After the final whistle, Ronaldo hugged Wayne Rooney and Nemanja Vidic before receiving another emotional ovation from the United fans. Then, in 2021, Ronaldo returned to Manchester United for his second debut, and Old Trafford erupted. He scored twice against Newcastle in a 4-1 victory, and after the match, fans refused to leave until they saw him. When Ronaldo finally appeared, the stadium filled with chants of his name. For a moment, it felt like he was home again. In 2019, Ronaldo faced Atletico Madrid after being mocked and booed in the first leg. Before the return match, he promised his friends he would score a hat-trick, and he did. He scored 3 times to send Juventus through, then copied Diego Simeone's celebration. It wasn't sadness this time, it was revenge. And that's what makes his story so powerful. We've seen him fail, cry, and suffer heartbreak, but every time he fell, he found a way to stand back up. Because behind the legend, the goals, and the trophies was simply a man who cared deeply about the game. We've seen Ronaldo scream after scoring, celebrate in front of thousands of fans, and lift the biggest trophies in football. But we've also seen him cry, fail, lose, and struggle. And maybe that's what makes his story so powerful. Ronaldo wasn't emotional because he was weak. He was emotional because he cared. He cared about Portugal, his teammates, winning, and the people he loved. His career wasn't built without pain, it was built through it. Because the greatest part of Cristiano Ronaldo's story isn't that he never fell, it's that every time football knocked him down, he found a way to stand back up.